So, okay. So really, to recap, you are simply monitoring your Advite program, monitors Reddit, X, formerly Twitter, and connectively
Yeah. Like
to find mentions that are relevant to your listing, and then gives you a notification. It's then up to you to respond to it. And the best practice is do not sell, do not just propose your product, offer help by giving your perspective on not only yours, but also on competition. And then, of course, the way to address it is to really use your brand, because ultimately they're going to go search your brand, right? That's what they're going to do. It's not a good idea to give keywords because there are others using those keywords and they'll end up somewhere else. So you mentioned several times, and now I see why you kept emphasizing brand, because that's all you are selling. You are selling your brand. That's what you are doing.
Yeah, you're positioning, this is your education play, right? You know, if you think about your marketing funnel, like awareness to education to purchase, like this is your education play. This is where people are learning about products like yours. And the point I lost my train of thought on is around like what you said, numbers. Like I like my numbers. What do I want to track? So we'll be reporting on this very shortly, but the metric that is tracked in the world of social selling is called earned media value, or EMV for short. So earned media value, you can think of it like your CPM, like cost per mile, or what your cost is to place an ad in front of a relevant audience is equivalent to earned media value. So earned media value would be the number of people that have read your comment, because essentially if you are commenting and this comment is essentially an ad for your brand, then you are basically placing an ad. And the number of people that view that ad is your earned media value. And if you know from your other marketing metrics that if you put your ad in front of 1,000 people that you will make 5 new sales, then Advite can report to you, hey, you've just placed an ad in front of 20,000 people. You know that you have now just made 100 new sales. Even if you can't track it, but if you see a bump in your sales to the tune of 100 new sales that day, and Advite saying you just put your ad in front of 20,000 people by plugging in what your traditional CPM metric conversion rate is, Advite is essentially offering you the same experience, but with earned media value, which is it's just views. There is no performance tracking, but you intuitively should know that views do relate to sales, because this is a hyperly targeted ad placement, way better, way more relevant than any social media platform could offer you from their services.
Well, it's credibility, right? So instant credibility, because you are becoming a resource to somebody looking for help. So
yeah, exactly. And if that thread is really popular, then you become a resource for everybody looking for help for years to come. If you Google decides that your Reddit thread is the one that's indexed, you're laughing, right?
And is this, so when you are running paid ads, whether on Amazon or Facebook or anywhere else, you're advised never to stop your advertising because it hurts you. So in this case, starting, does that hurt the performance or not?
Not really. I mean, like when it comes to doing social selling, it's just like the more that you're active, the better. Because when people search your brand, like what's it now, like 60% of Gen Z research brands on social media, not Google, right? You know, people are searching your brand into social media and they find that it's like 100 threads where you've been helpful in providing help, and that's why your brand is mentioned in all these threads. You're going to win, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, but that also is an advantage because, you keep spending money just for the sake of staying, on all the time. In this case, if you really want to measure, you can turn on, turn off, and see the impact, and you'll get an idea.
Yeah, like I would say there's not really a penalty to turning on and turning off.
Yeah.
But the more that you are turned on, the more credibility you earn with the community. And the more credibility you earn with the community, the more likely that they are going to evangelize you when you're asleep. You're going to have to stop working at some point in the day. And even if we send you notifications, everyone's got a limit to what they can respond to. But if you've successfully evangelized the community of people that buy your product, they will link you and your brand and tag you in your absence. And that's how you know you've made it.
Yeah. So this is not necessarily just limited to selling products, right? This could be for anything. Service could be any kind
Yeah,
of.
we have all sorts of customers across a ton of different verticals. I mean, let's not get too much into politics with the upcoming US election, but this is how, like, this is the exact sort of play that a lot of governments use to influence elections too, right?
Yeah.
Understand what people are saying online and try and influence them at a one-to-one scale. Do that enough times and you're influencing people at the thousands and thousands scale.
There's an old saying, you tell a lie in one village and then you believe it 9 villages down the road.
Yeah.
It just goes viral and it becomes reality.
Yeah, this can work for anything, but I would say like it works better. Like I know this works for e-commerce. Like this is my brand story.
Yeah.
And we've had lots of customers that have had lots of success doing the same.
That's great. Well, it's interesting. I'm happy to have you share your story and also share the methodology. And at the end of the day, this is just being at the right place at the right time, right?
Yep.
That's all it is. And
yeah, and if anyone listening wants to give it a try, just say that you listened to the Argometrics chat with Nick and Derek, and give you extra week on your free trial.
yeah. So Amazon Legends is what they're gonna mention, and great. So it's a great conversation. I'm gonna try it myself. There's no question, and I don't even have a product. I don't sell a product, but I'm gonna try myself for something I have in mind, and this could be for anything.